Now we're going to go over an overview of the Premiere Pro interface. Premiere is a paneled interface. As you can see, there's these different panels here. They each have a different function. The project panel here contains all the media that is going to be used to edit the project together. The workflow is you choose a piece of media and double click it. It'll load into the source monitor here, where the source monitor is used to preview the media and choose the parts of it that will then be edited down onto the timeline. Let's just take a brief example here. This is called the scrubber bar. It's where the current time indicator, which is this icon here, is moved through the footage to look at the different frames and watch the playback, and then to choose endpoints where the media starts and out points where the media would end, to choose a section of the media that is then put down onto the timeline. This media is called a clip. So what we're going to do is go here to the beginning of the clip and then play it back and choose a section of the clip to then be edited down onto the timeline. I'm just going to hit the play button here. Notice when I put the mouse over the play button, I get a tooltip that pops up indicating that the keyboard shortcut is the space bar for this function. Okay, so we're going to pick this up from right before he turns his head. We'll mark in there, and we'll play it till just after he turns his head, and mark out there. Now that's the section of this entire clip that we're going to use to edit down onto the timeline. Now the other functions that are inside the source window here is what type of edit that we're going to do. What we're going to do down here is just do the typical overwrite edit. This is the most used edit type that is in the project, so we'll get into that more when we get into the details of editing. But the selection of the media clip is made here in the source window, and then this function puts it down onto the timeline. I'm going to hit the backslash key just so you can see a larger zoomed in part of the clip. Now the way the timeline works is divided into two parts. The upper part is for video. You can see video tracks here, and the lower part is for audio. I'm just going to bring this down and expand this just a little bit just so you can see the audio waveforms here that indicate the sound. Again, there is a scrubber bar in the timeline and the current time indicator, and this will move back and forth. And you will notice, as you probably see, that as this is moving here, you look up here in the program window, and the current time indicator in the program window is synced with the current time indicator that's in the timeline. That's because the program window is showing you what's been edited down onto the timeline, or what the result is of your final production. Again, we can play back. Okay, and then we could select another clip, and again, we've already selected some in and out points here, so let's go down and put the current time indicator and the timeline at the beginning, and this time let's perform an insert edit, which will push this shot out of the way and make space for this edit section here that we've chosen. And then again the backslash key, so you can see the two clips. Here's the first shot that I just inserted, and here's the second shot. We'll play this back just briefly so you can take a look at it. So the next one is to show you the audio meter here. It just gives an indication of the levels of the audio as it plays back. I'll give you an example here. Okay, and then we have the toolbar here, and the toolbar allows us to do certain functions with the video that's already on the timeline. For instance, we're going to choose a ripple tool right here, and we can shorten this first part of this edit here by clicking and dragging and shortening this first piece of video. And again, we have a section where we'll discuss trimming the video and editing the video, but right now we're just showing you what the functions of these certain tools are as far as being able to manipulate the video directly in the timeline. And that pretty much covers the basic interface and workflow of Premiere Pro.